everybody, another night, another movie, and I just got done watching 1986's Three Amigos, starring Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, Martin Short and Patrice Martinez. This one I've seen a good number of times over the years, and you know what, it's a classic comedy, especially from these three guys. For those who don't know, it's kind of very Seven Samurai kind of thing. It basically tells of this town in Mexico being terrorized by this kind of head honcho bandit, El Guapo, and his band. And in desperation, this woman, Carmen, played by Patrice Martinez, sends a telegram to LA because she's seen this silent film with these characters in, the Three Amigos, and believes that they can help them. But of course it's all fictional, so unfortunately when the telegram gets sent, because it's kind of cut down because she doesn't have enough money to pay for the full thing, basically the three actors that get the telegram, they're led to believe that it's to put on a show basically for these Mexicans, and they believe they're going to get this huge amount of money that she's promised them, believing that they would kind of go, oh, justice is the reward and stuff like that. But of course they're these out of their manager isn't happy, and they're going to stop the because they don't want to do what the manager, played by Joe Montana, they don't want to do what he wants and stuff like that. They're basically fired, and they get this telegram, promise them a job with lots of money, and they're like, oh, that's perfect. So they go steal their costumes from the studio, and they go to Mexico, and they meet up with these bandits and stuff, and they're like, oh, we're putting on a show. Except then Steve Martin's character, Lucky Day, gets shot, and he's like, that's a real bullet. And then he's like, this is real. So the joke is that they thought it was all make-believe, but actually it is very, very real. So they run away, but they, after the kind of bandits have destroyed the town and stuff, they come back and they're like, we're sorry, the standard kind of thing. And they realise Martin Short's character, Ned Nederlander, or Nederlander, however you want to pronounce it, sorry. Turns out he's quite famous in Germany. Well, Germans are selling weapons to El Guapo's band. And it's kind of funny because one of the Germans is played by Brian Thompson, who of course I know as the alien bounty hunter in X-Files. So it's very weird for me seeing him pre-X-Files in a very small role playing this German. I was just like, I was like, that looks like Brian Thompson. I was like rushing to look up the credits. I was like, oh, it is Brian Thompson. That's hilarious. But yeah, no. So the Germans are selling weapons to El Guapo, and then when they see Ned, this head German guy, he's like, "Oh, you are big in Germany. I learned how to draw by watching you," and stuff like that. So, apologies to Germans, that wasn't my best German impersonation, but but anyway, it's basically the Three Amigos, Dusty Bottoms, played by Chevy Chase, like I say, Lucky Day, played by Steve Martin, and Ned Nederlander, played by Martin Short, trying to like help this town, because they realise, that's what I got distracted. Ned says, you know, that basically their life is over in LA. Here, you know, the life as the fictional Three Amigos is over. They could live on as these heroes. And of course they're still incompetent. They're not very good at shooting, and anything they know they've learnt by being in the movies and stuff. And so it's just them going up against this group of like 50 odd bandits and their leader. And you know what, it's really silly. It is classic Steve Martin, all three of them. It's their classic fare, before they kind of sold out, if you will. It's not laugh out funny in the way that some of their other movies are, particularly like Father of the Bride or even for Chase, the National Lampoon movies. This isn't as funny as those, but it's good fun. And as I've said before, I love westerns, as you'll discover as we get through some more of these movies. But it's a good play on that kind of, Magnificent Seven, Dirty Dozen kind of movie. It's not deep, it's not, like I say, it's not overly funny. It's a story you probably know well, but it's the way it's told is just fun. And I know I've said this about a number of movies before, but the thing I love about movies, even when they're horrors or thrillers or that, is I enjoy them, and you feel like these guys are having a lot of fun with this, which then translates to you watching it, because if they look like they're enjoying themselves, then you enjoy it automatically. And like I say, I don't feel... I've seen these guys in other stuff where they have looked really bored out their brains, just kind of just like, yeah, okay, whatever, it's a paycheck. Paul Martin Short, as I said when I did the Prince Charming review, he always now just gets stuck in these bizarre roles where he's just expected to go in, be goofy, and then leave again. But this, I feel like he's a serious part of it, and there's a lot of heart to these guys. So if you like your comedies, especially if you like any of these guys in anything else, please do give this a chance. I'd give it a good 6.5. No, 6 isn't fair considering some of the other shit I've been through. 7. We'll say 6.5 to 7 out of 10. It's not perfect. It's by no means brilliant, but it's definitely not bad or average. It's above that. And like I say, for an hour and a half of silliness, and that's what it is. It's pure, SNL kind of 80s silliness. So yeah, that's 1986's Three Amigos. Also, it's got some good songs in it. I love the Three Amigos theme, and there's an excellent song in it that seems a bit random. They just suddenly start singing in the middle of the desert. They start singing this song called Blue Shadows, which turns out is written by Randy Newman. But it's really sweet. I really enjoyed it. Like I say, it didn't really have a place in the movie. They have several songs in it. You're just sat there going, okay, this is a musical. But again, it's silly and it's fun. And like I say, I genuinely like the songs, no matter how out of place they seemed. So please, if you get a chance, do check out, and you're after a good silly afternoon, do check out 1986's Three Amigos. That's like the third time I've said that. Sorry. It's the Three Amigos. That was the movie for tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow, I think with another comedy. But for now, this is Sketch, signing out. Adios, muchachos.